Alright guys, if you've watched any of my videos or been through my channel at all, you know that I have somewhat of a problem. I tend to buy a pair of boots just about every year. Just one of those things. I like them. If I see a pair that I haven't tried, I feel like, why not? So I didn't need these at all. Start off by saying that. I've got plenty of different styles, brands, all that stuff of these slip-on boots, but I really like slip-on boots. So this season I was at Bass Pro, seemed like what was a pretty good deal on these. These are the Muck boot, the Woody Max. Now I've got a pair of Wetland Muck boots. They're not insulated or anything like that. They're just the Wetland Muck boots. But I've had those boots for probably 10 or 12 years, something like that. And they are starting to come apart right here on the seams on both sides, but they're still waterproof. The only place they actually leak a little is like right here where they bend a lot. They're starting to let a little bit of water in there and on the front, but not bad. But I've been kicking around in those boots forever, so I thought, I ain't bought a pair of Muck boots in a while. So I picked these up. Like I said, they're the Woody Max. So they've got 7mm neoprene, 7mm thick neoprene, all on the sides. And that's should make them fairly warm. The footbed has another 2mm thick, some kind of special neoprene on the bottom of it. They're pretty aggressive. They're about, I think the tread pattern on my Wetland Muck boots are the same as this, but these have got some kind of spray. It's almost like a truck bed liner or something that they've been sprayed with on the bottom, on the heel and the toe part. I'm sure it's just to aid in traction, but I'm not dumb. That's going to wear off pretty quick. Every pair of Muck boots I've had, or every pair of boots that I've had that had some kind of special coating on the bottom like that, I had a pair of Lacrosses that had something similar to that, and they wore off pretty quick too, especially on a saddle platform. So I wouldn't really count on that being too helpful, but it's there nonetheless. They're a pretty aggressive tread on the bottom of them, so they should get good traction. I don't know how warm these will actually be. I didn't really buy them for the warmth necessarily. I've got a pretty good pair of lace-up boots for late season when it gets really cold. If you look on my channel, there's reviews on those too. But anyways, I just picked these up. Like I said, it says that they're good for -40 to 40 degrees. I don't buy that for a half a second. I would say once you get around the 30s, maybe these will make it into the 20s, but I doubt it. I haven't found a rubber style boot yet like this, a slip-on rubber style that's actually good for cold weather. Seems like they make my feet sweat more, especially the more insulated they are, the more my feet will sweat on the walk-in. And unless you just change socks when you get to the tree, and I don't fool with all that, my feet sweat so bad they freeze to death in these rubber style boots. So I would say once you get down in the 30s, these are probably going to be not something you want to wear. I don't know that. We'll see how it goes this season. Like I said, I'm going to try to run these some this deer season and just get a feel for them. I haven't had a pair of Muck boots yet that I didn't like. Even the Muck boot Arctic Pros that I've got, they don't necessarily, like I said, they don't necessarily keep your feet real warm. Once it gets down in the 30s and stuff, my feet still get cold. So they wasn't really great as far as a cold weather boot. But I think I think it's just this rubber style boot. They're just not good for cold weather. But like I said, that's not what I bought these for. I just bought them to kick around into the woods, do some hunting out of this year. So we're going to run them a little bit, not early season. When it's real early season, I'll probably wear my Lacrosse slip-on snake boots that I've got. I may or may not wear these, but I actually read some reviews online on these where a guy said he had got bit by 2 different copperheads wearing these boots, and they had hit the neoprene part and didn't go through. So I don't know, do with that what you will. So I may wear them a little bit early season, but I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. I just want to let you guys know we're going to try the Muck boot Woody Max some this season and see what we think about those. And after the season, we'll get a review in on them and let you know how they held up. Anyways, thanks. We'll catch you guys in the next one.